Alright, so today I'm going to be cleaning the engine bay on my 300ZX. As you can see, it's quite dirty. I don't know if it's ever really been cleaned. I gave it a bit of a wipe down last time I washed the car, but it's still pretty dusty and shit, so I'm going to detail the whole thing and use a method I saw on Chris Fix's channel, so props to him for this method. I'm going to do what he suggested, and I'm going to clean and detail the whole engine bay, including the bonnet here, and then do a spray wax on the painted areas on the side to try and hold its shine, and do the plastic restorer on the black plastic bits like that, the intake pipe, so on. So we'll see how it turns out. So I'm just going to kick into it. So first thing I'm going to do is remove the battery, just in case, because we're playing with water. You don't want to take your chances. Removing the battery is also going to allow me to get into this section here in order to clean that area underneath it. So that's half of the reason I'm taking it out, because I want to get in there and do a proper job. So. What I'm also going to do is remove this front nose panel so I can get into where the air filter is and just clean this pipe here and all that bit as well. While I'm here, I may as well do it properly. Alright, so here's all the tools I'm going to be using. Got a big bag of microfiber cloths. I've got some paint brushes. Some other various brushes I found that might help, and a spray bottle. What I'm going to use the spray bottle for is to do the actual engine, so we don't oversaturate it with too much hose water. So that's what I'm going to use that for. And alright, and I've also got dishwashing liquid, which I'm going to use as like the degreaser. Plastic and rubber restorer, so that's going to make all the black plastic bits look better. And spray wax for once I'm done, to spray the painted bits and make it easier to clean later, make them shiny. So first thing I'm going to do is to clean the underside of the bonnet, and I'm going to cover the engine in this plastic bag so that it stops a lot of the water going on it and possibly messing with the electrics. It probably won't, but better safe than sorry. I don't want to cause some kind of issues and so the car doesn't run right. And then when I do the engine itself, I'm going to use a spray bottle, like I said, so that it doesn't oversaturate it and build up a lot of water. Just going to have to open this up. Use any rubbish bag or any plastic for this, really. So, might need two actually. I don't know what the hell this is. It's all bunched up down the bottom. Fuck. Whoops. Definitely gonna need a second one. Oh no, that'll work. It's just to keep it pulling up in like the spark plug holes and stuff, so just while I do the top. So basically, just put it there. Also, one other thing is to make sure that your dipstick is actually in. You don't want to get water in there for sure. So, yep. Alright. So I'm just going to mix up the water and detergent. I'm going to spray it all down first with the water, and then I'm going to use the spray bottle to spray all the washing liquid. Oh, fuck, hang on. The reason to do the top of the bonnet first is so that as you're cleaning it, the dirty stuff will drip down and then drip down there and then go down, so you don't need to keep, like, you won't clean that and then get that dirty again. It's going progressively. It's kind of like when you wash the outside of the car, same sort of deal. So physics still applies. Now what I'm going to do is this mix is a bit weak. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm going to take that off. And then what you want to do is use the brushes, start brushing it. So make sure it stays wet though. Basically, I mean, I know the brushes can they'll dull the paint finish, but the paint's already dull under here anyway. It's not exactly like it's not scratched and it's in perfect condition, so in this case using the brush should be fine. I guess if you really want to get back up to good standard, you can cut and polish it afterwards. I thought about doing that. I might do it, see how I go, but you know, for just cleaning purposes, the brushes will work. Anyway, the whole idea here is you're trying to agitate the dirt that's in there, that's stuck in the corners and all the areas, so that when we hose it off, it will come right out. Get into all the little crevices. So now, start doing the sides. Already kind of started, but we'll keep going. Looking a lot cleaner than before. Oh yeah, another thing to keep in mind is make sure all your fluid bottles are tightly shut. You don't want this getting into your brake fluid or clutch. Yeah, well, brake fluid in the clutch, but you know what I'm saying. Because that's just going to cause you problems. Try to keep it off your paint as well, so you don't actually cause swirl marks and scratches in your paint. Another thing to keep in mind if you're using dishwashing detergent is it strips wax. So you might want to re-wax your car outside once you're done this as well, just to make sure it's still protected. But here what I'm going to do is get in all the crevices, make sure you're getting in all the hard to reach places and stuff. That's why I got an assortment of brushes, so for some of these I'm going to have to get the other brush to get in there. So I'll just do what I can with this and then do what I need to with the other one. Right, so I've just washed it and let it dry, and just to see how it came out, and it looks a hell of a lot better than it did before. What I'm going to do is go once more over on the painted side, because there's a few spots I missed, like in here behind that and stuff, which is why I let it dry to see this. And yeah, I'm going to do that again, and then I'm going to go and do the actual engine bay, the actual engine itself. So let's get to it. Alright, we'll let that sit for a few seconds, and then I will start on the engine bay. Let's see what the fuck this shit is. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is clean the actual engine itself, and to do that I'm going to spray with the spray bottle, clean it with the brush, and then instead of hosing it off, I'm just going to wipe it off with the microfibers, which should avoid too much water getting into the little crevices, which we won't get out, and then it might pool in there and cause problems. So let's adjust this on very light mist. Yeah. What I'll do is just spray it lightly like that, and then I'll use the same method with the brush, but this way we won't go heavy on the water, so it won't pool in all over the place. Should help to reduce it, you know, potentially causing any problems later down the road. So just mainly want to get the dust and the grease off the top, because it's starting to build up and look real crappy. I'm going to brush down all these wiring looms as well, because they get a lot of crap and dust in them and start to look kind of crap, so just clean them up a bit. My main goal here is just to clean up the engine bay. It's not going to win any shows or anything, but I just want it to look nice, not look all dusty and rubbish every time I open the bonnet. Getting all the crevices. Now if there's any crevices that you can't get into, here I'm not going to go too hard out, so I probably won't worry about it, but you can use those pipe cleaners. They're there for getting into like all the tough spots that you won't really be able to get in. And then let's get the microfiber and we'll wipe it down. Alright, so I'm going to do the painted areas first, because they don't need to be dry, with the wax, and then I'm going to do the black. So just spray this on. I'll just get where I can, mainly this bits. Just quickly cleaning the battery and the brackets as well. Getting it out allows you to, it gives you a chance to do that too. I mean, it's already out the car, you're cleaning everything, may as well do it, so make it look nice. Fuck, it's looking a lot better than when I started, that's for sure. It's not perfect, it's not going to win any shows, but hey, looks a lot nicer. Might at some point do something about the intake manifold, maybe polish it or something. Doesn't look that great now, but it is what it is, it'll do the job. Doesn't look horrendous. Alright, so it's dried and I'm just going to reinstall the battery and then do the black plastic trim bit. So, shit. That back. So what I'm going to do is use the brush in combination with the microfiber, like that color, for these bits here, because that's going to be a pain to do it with a cloth. So with this stuff it says to leave it for 5 to 10 minutes and then buff it off, so that's what I'm going to do. Follow the instructions. Alright, we'll leave that to dry for 5 to 10 minutes as it says in the box, and then I'll come buff it off. Alright, so I've left the plastic restorer to dry for about 10 minutes, and now I'm just going to buff it off. Should be the final step of this process. So let's get in there. All right, and there we have it. Check that out. And here's the end result after finishing all of the steps in the process. I think it looks fucking cool. It's a lot better than when I started, that's for sure. Still a couple of bits that are not perfect, but hey, I mean, this wasn't ever going to be a show finish, you know, like a showroom finish engine bay, but for now, compared to what it looked like, I think it looks pretty good. Obviously there's a couple of bits that are not that great in the paint and so on, but overall it's clean now, looks good. It's not embarrassing now when the bonnet opens. Shit everywhere. Hopefully it'll make it easy to clean. So I mean that's simple, pretty simple process. I mean it took me a couple of hours on and off, made lunch in between and stuff, so it's not really that long of a process if you want to do the same thing with your car. I'll put aside maybe a morning or an afternoon, and yeah, it's not really that bad. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm pretty happy with that result, and catch you on the next video.